Behind me is the perfect family car if you can afford it. I'll include a link to the GMC North Salt Lake's website in the description down below. They're providing us with this Yukon. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get right into it. Under the hood is a 3-liter turbo diesel that goes through a 10-speed. Fuel economy is 20 around town, 24 on the highway, with power outputs being 305 horsepower and then 495 pound-feet of torque. Trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help me out with that. Sharp design with the hood being raised on either side makes it look boxier. The new headlight design is actually growing on me now. I kind of dig it. It's still a little bit funky looking, I will admit. You can see there's fog lights below, there's red recovery points, and then you've got this special kind of black and dark chrome for the front grille of the AT4. Altogether, the AT4 has a distinct appearance, and I think it looks a bit sharper than a regular Yukon. Tire and wheel setup is 275 by 60 by 20. You've got some silver on the wheels, blacked out in the center. Those are real all-terrain tires, kind of a softer all-terrain, but still an all-terrain. Duramax badge there on the side, AT4, and then this has the power running boards. Now this one's the XL version, so it's the longer version, and it is body and frame with independent suspension front and rear. When it comes to key fob features, we've got the GMC logo there on the back. On the front face, we've got our lock and unlock, remote start, opening for the hatch, and then that's just for the window. You know how I always say that you can sleep in the back of one of these with the third row folded down? I mean, look at that. That is absolutely enormous. Also, everyone needs to take some tips from GM because look at this. That is so fast. But yeah, you've got an outlet, fold down function for the second row, raise and lower for the third row, and even with the third row folded up, tons of storage space in this XL version. C-shaped taillights out back, and then you actually have some chrome badging, which is interesting with the overall theme, and then 4 exhaust tips. You've got one for every 2 cylinders. That will cap things off for the exterior of this Yukon. This week's giveaway is all about muscle and luxury with 2 Cadillac V cars, the first of which is a CT5V Blackwing and the second is an Escalade V. Both these have supercharged V8s producing nearly 700 horsepower each. They also have tons of luxury and modern technology to match. Not only can you win both of these cars, but part of the giveaway is also $73,000 in cash to help pay for the taxes, and your donations go to help children's and veterans charities. Use code BHC or click the link in the description down below or in the pinned comment. This will give you 4x bonus tickets on any donation, $25 or more. Keyless entry, and let's check out the interior. Now this interior color is really cool looking. I think if we actually take a look at the seats, it's kind of better to see the color there. But even the third row's got nice perforated seats, and you of course can fit adults back there because it's a full size. The second row is also going to be spacious. We've got a little storage pocket. This one has the TVs in the back. Got some cup holders with our own climate zone, USB ports, some HDMI, heated seats too. And this one's got the captain chair configuration for the second row. Let's take a look up front. More keyless entry, by the way. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors, acoustic glass up front. We've got memory seats. The mirrors power fold in, front 2 windows are automatic, and then more of that fancy trim. 1246 is the payload, 7,700 pounds is the towing capacity. AT4 on the headrest, again perforated all down the center of the seat. Power adjustments with lumbar support on the side too. To the left of the steering wheel, we've got controls for like the 360 camera, your parking sensors, auto stop start, stability, hill descent, parking assist, and lane departure up top. Below, we've got the trailer brake controls, light controls, drive line select. This has a part-time four-wheel drive system with high, low, and auto, and then your drive mode select is built in there, and then that little button right there is to raise and lower the air suspension. If that wasn't enough, the steering wheel, you can see, Super Cruise. So it's got the self-drive, paddle shifters on the back with radio controls on the front face. You got like your heated steering wheel controls for the center, the Super Cruise controls, and then this has a column shifter there on the back to free up space. Here's a look at that digital cluster. There's gonna be a little bit more glare because of the factory wrapping on it, but it is very customizable. You can change what this has, which again, you think of this as like a family daily driver and then also road trip vehicle. Man, that glare is not good. And that is, you know, very useful. Heads-up display, more nice trim across the dash. This is cool. A little storage cup. You can see the fancy trim continues. 360 camera system. You can see out of a bunch of angles with this. Really good resolution too. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, it is quick to respond. It has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto built in. Your park assist is also built into that. There is at least some physical buttons with the climate at the bottom, then your heated cooled seat controls are also at the bottom, and the climate stuff is always accessible no matter what you have on the top section selected. Phone charging pad, we've got some cup holders, a little bit of storage here on the side. AT4 there on top of the center console, like the perforated trim. And you can see good storage inside there as well. And then got more nice trim on the dash. Camera, rear view, mirror, and then we've got controls for like the sunroof, for example. Also to lower down the seats. And yes, this does have a big sunroof. Now this AT4 has everything, and it's an XL, so $94,775. Let's see how this performs. Yukon AT4 XL diesel. I mean, this is, I think for a lot of people, this is like the dream GM SUV. Because with this vehicle, you're essentially getting a diesel Escalade with some off-road capability. I guess it's really like the ultimate family car. The only downside is the price tag. It's less than an Escalade, but it's not that far off. You know what I mean? So we'll see how this performs. I mean, this really does have like all the same stuff as the Escalade. It even has the acoustic glass. Really, the only thing you're missing is the badge. And you know, you could save the materials, but like, to tell you the truth, the Escalade interior doesn't feel as high quality as you would think. Some of the materials, like some of the stuff feels just as plasticky as what you're going to get in here. And I actually prefer this kind of like rougher texture, even if it's not real leather. It just holds up well over time and looks nice. And I think a lot of people are starting to come to that conclusion too, where they're seeing that, you know, you don't have to get the fully loaded interior. The more quote-unquote baseline interior is just as good, especially if this comes with all the features. And you don't have that stupid dash screen the Escalade has. This is still a lot of screen. And it's kind of more nicely integrated. Still kind of popped up a bit there, but it's not bad. Not bad at all. Man, this diesel is smooth. Tons of torque. Look at that. Smooth delivery. You'll see the steering's a little bit wonky there. It kind of... Usually with independent suspension vehicles, the steering's just straight on, but it seemed like it was kind of wiggling a little bit, which is strange. But it's, man, this is comfortable. There are not a lot of vehicles that are as comfortable as a GM full-size SUV, especially one with air suspension. The air suspension does make a difference. GM, in terms of comfort, has one of the best air suspension systems. It really does soak everything up quite well. And because this is the AT4 and doesn't have insanely big wheels like you see with an Escalade, it helps out with the comfort even more. It's by no means a perfect vehicle, but this is one of the most comfortable new cars you can buy. And with that thicker glass up front, it makes it very insulated. Yeah, this is a nice car. You know, yeah, I'll just say it. I think like if you have the money, I think this is as high end as outside of the Escalade V is cool, but it's also insanely expensive. But yeah, outside of the Escalade V, I think this is pretty much as expensive as I'll go the other way. It's just parking lot's tight. As expensive as it makes sense to go, because this has all the features. And you know, some people could even argue like, hey, just do the Tahoe version. The one gripe with the Tahoe version is I think the off-road kit adds some practicality to this. I think it's actually worth it if you're going to go on family, you know, adventures down dirt roads and stuff like that, to camping sites. I assume people use this as a camping site vehicle. With Chevy's off-road package, you just don't get as much. Now, you might see like cooled seats, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't have the double pane glass. You might see that as not a necessity, and it surely is not a necessity. But as a family car, it's actually pretty nice. Man, this is a big beast though. I mean, these things, these XLs, are the same size in length as a full-size pickup truck. So, let me know your thoughts.